what I said to her was, don't let her get too close to the truck because I got 2 German Shepherds in the back and they'll absolutely rip your face off. Press record whenever. I don't need to practice. Go ahead. Hi, my name is Deb. Welcome back to the Chelsea Channel. Happy Memorial Day weekend to you, too. I had to escape the Cape, came here to Nantucket Island to take over for Chelsea because she's taking the weekend off. Because, like I said, it is Memorial Day weekend here. This episode is sponsored by who? She's got no sponsors. Of course not. Nobody cares. I used to be an alcoholic. I still am, technically, but I haven't had a drink in 14 hours. It's been 14 hours, okay? I'm not sure how long I'm going to make it. I've been trying, people. I've been trying. What happened? Did he touch it? You can't touch the truck with the Shepherds in the back. Yeah, tell him that. You guys, they don't eat that. They don't eat that. They only eat raw chicken. Memorial Day weekend has been such an escape for people. They come down from all over New England, or they come up from God knows where else they've been living. And they come in all to Old Cape Cod, okay? They got to go over the bridge. Okay, they got to sit in that traffic. They got to smell the fumes on Route 6. They got to smell more fumes when they're trying to escape that, and they go on the other 6. You understanding that? And if you'd like to leave, you can't. If you'd like to leave Monday, you're not leaving. If you'd like to leave, you're going to have to leave in the middle of the night on Sunday night. You don't get to come here and get to leave here happy. No one's ever came to Cape Cod and left happy on Memorial Day weekend. I've never seen a smiling face. Sometimes, what I actually do, and this is a true story, on Memorial Day weekend, after that all settled, I get up very early on Monday morning. Okay, I might go down to the Cape Cod Canal, go some fishing there. I might go, there's just always people down there, chefs and whatnot, some Jamaicans. I meet a lot of nice people down there, fishing early in the morning. For squid. We're trying to get some squid. And, what happens is, I pack myself up what used to be the IHOP, and normally I could go to the IHOP and I could get my breakfast, which is 2 over easy eggs with a side of white toast, dry, completely dry as a bone. But I need butter pads on the side. If you're giving me the cold butter pads, I will leave the establishment and you will hear from me at corporate. I will call corporate and I will give them your first, last, middle name, and I will understand who you are. I'll remember you. Giving me cold butter pads. Now my toast is ripped open. You happy? You happy now? You're not giving me cream of the crop toast, if you know what I'm saying. That toast ain't gonna hold a cold butter pad spread, sweetheart. I need lukewarm, regular ass, room temperature butter pads for my white Wonder Bread loaf you're giving me, sweetheart. Unless you're gonna give me some type of guide of whole grains from Jesus Christ himself. Okay, the grains from the Holy Land. It ain't gonna spread. So I would used to go and I'd get my breakfast there. And what would happen is I would pack my car, get the breakfast to go, get the coffee to go in the mug, because I had it like that. And I'd sit there at the front of the Rotary and watch. And I would relish, honestly. I would get such joy, such pleasure out of seeing the faces of the people leaving. The faces of the people leaving Cape Cod. On Monday morning, Memorial Day weekend, is by far the most exhilarating mornings of my life. And I gotta do that now at Dunkin'. And I can't say Dunkin' Donuts, but I'm gonna say it. The Dunkin' Donuts. I gotta sit now at Dunkin' Donuts and get my coconut cream, extra pumps of coconut, and extra cream coffee. And I sit there with my iced coffee, and they got to give me the styrofoam cup. They stopped doing it. I had an absolute mental breakdown at corporate. And so now I'm not welcome back there. Anyway, and I sit there and I watch them go over the bridge. And I'm telling you, not even on my own wedding day did I have such a exhilarating, orgasmic pleasure come over my face. Not even the day that my son was born. Nothing. Not even the day I signed the divorce papers from that wretched man and came out of that closet that I was so horrifiedly locked inside. Not even when I won the lottery. Twice. From the same Cumberlands have I had such joy as to watch those faces of the people going over the bridge Monday morning, Memorial Day weekend. It's existential dread, hungover, regret, pain, physical pain. People are leaving in boots. You're seeing crutches in the back of these Jeeps. Crutches. Just bloody faces. You got bandages, Band-Aids. Literally no one is happy to leave. I've never seen anybody leave happy on Memorial Day weekend off Cape Cod. Would you? I mean, you come in here for what? For what? You're waiting in traffic. You get out of your car. You find more traffic. Right? You're walking in the people traffic. And then you get to the restaurant that you so desperately have to go to. But you already know what's on the menu. You already know what you're going to get. You already know what you're going to serve. It's going to be looking like. You've been looking all over the internets. So you know everything that's about to happen. There's no way to surprise you people anymore. There's nothing that's going to excite you or make you happy. In fact, I think, honestly, truly, I go to restaurants all the time, okay? That's not what I do. And I think that people nowadays get very upset when there's specials. I know that's a hot take, but you see the look of disgust when a customer comes in, and I sit at a lot of bars. I don't cook. I sit at a lot of bars in my day. And the look of disgust when the bartender says, we got some specials. People just, oh, jeez. They can't even make eye contact. Their eyes are all over the place. Why? Because they looked on the menu. They know exactly what uniform you're looking wear. They know all of it. They know the color of the paint before they walk in the place. Oh, somebody could walk into a restaurant today, had never been there, and they'll walk in and go, that sign is new. That wasn't on the Instagrams. Oh, they changed the color in the bathroom. I saw it on Yelp. It used to be green. Now it's pink. I don't like it. It's supposed to be green. Excuse me, I saw online the bathroom used to be green, and it had seashells on the top. Where did that go? Why is it pink? I hate it. We're leaving. Get up, Tiffany. You know? They got nowhere to go. But everywhere to be. Do you understand? No one's getting lost on Cape Cod. Who's the last time somebody got lost? I just heard somebody talking about this in a podcast that you wouldn't understand or like. But they were talking about it. I talk about this to exhaustion. And it was just nice for fuck's sake, somebody's telling me. I'm listening. It's coming through my eardrums and I'm hearing it pierce my brain. And I'm going, well, jeez, somebody finally understands what I've been going through. No one likes to go out to eat, but that's all they do. You guys hate it. You hate it. You're disgusted. And you don't like anything that goes off of the simulation. The second something surprising or the server goes off a speech and is actually a flippin' human being, you break down like the little sim character that you are. And you gotta go down to good old Cape Cod and make it our problem. You're making it our problem. You know? I knew I hated it. It's lime. You got cranberry lime? Any cranberry lime or I'm gonna drink. It's been 8 hours since I had a drink. I'm dying. I'll be all right. I don't remember what I did on Friday night. I don't remember what I did yesterday. But tomorrow I'm gonna go to the bridge. And I won't drink the rest of this night. And I'll sit there and I'll wait. Oh, wait, no, wait, no, wait. And I don't see the problem, honestly, truly, with you people. I don't actually have a problem. It's very entertaining to be sitting next to a dining, it's very entertaining to be sitting next to another person at the bar and watch them completely malfunction when someone says we have specials or we're out of the clam chowder. God forbid somebody's out of clam chowder. You know that probably means it's fucking good clam chowder. You should probably come back. That used to excite people. You know, when I used to go into a restaurant, okay, and someone said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're 86 deficient chips," I'd go, "Oh, jeez, Louise." My friend's name was Louise. Louise, we gotta come back in tomorrow and get that fish and chips. What time you open? Now it's right to the phones, right to Yelps. They didn't have the fish and chips on Facebook restaurant group. Can you believe it was Memorial Day weekend and they were out of fish and chips? They're complaining. They're complaining to who? They're complaining to other complainers. So what are we solving here? We're complaining to the restaurant industry up in the sky and in the clouds. They're right in front of you. They're right in front of you. The breed is dying of the restaurant connoisseur. These people are dying. There's not many of us left. There is not many of us left. And I think, it's a lonely world anyway. I'm used to being alone. I've been alone for 48 years. It's no big deal. But I got my shepherds, and that's all I need. And my Bud Lights and my Bola cranberry lime. It hasn't been 48 years. It just feels like it. But this the Cape. They used to write songs about Cape Cod. Cape Cod used to be a place where presidents who were worth anything would go and have a weekend with their mistresses and their wives and their little children with questionable traits and everybody was kind of incestual maybe, and we didn't really know what was going on, but they were poised. These people had manners. These presidents had manners and morals and values, and it's just lost on them now, and they'll just have anybody up there spewing away. And it's confusing for me because, the Cape used to be about America. And now it's just about, pretending to be about America. Cape Cod, it used to be about America. Used to look like America. The summertime on Cape Cod used to look like America. And now it looks like what people think America looks like. Just trash. Just trash. America, Cape Cod in general, is quite literally a speck of nothingness in the grand scheme of things. But at one time, it did hold a lot of mystery, a lot of charm. The people here were grotesque year-round. People here that live here year-round look normal. If they're wearing bras, the women are feminine. And, even in the depths of like Truro and, January, these women look feminine. I don't understand it. Something happened after COVID where everybody and their mothers decided they wanted to build a bunker here. And everybody now is big lips, big tits. They look, and my breed is dying. We are a dying breed. I don't even have all my toes. You understand that? Everybody in their family, if you grew up on the Cape or if you live in New England, at least 3 people in your family, immediate, are missing a toe, a finger, a limb, maybe. That's gone. In restaurants where people like me would go and sit down at a bar, get a drink, I get my fish and chips, no chips, extra fish, extra tartar, no lemon, no coleslaw. And I'd sit there and I'd drink my drinks and I'd meet people and I would, I used to rent out my house to people I'd meet at the bars, and I'd go and I'd live in the basement all summer. But we're a dying breed. I haven't worked You know, in like 20 years, I just do shit around the Cape, and I make my way. Those people are dying. We're dying. And it's not because of the cigarettes, it's not because of the bands, it's not because of the dangerous jobs where we lose our limbs and stuff. It ain't because of that. Our spirit is breaking. Our spirit is breaking. And when the spirit breaks, I'm not sure who's going to replace us. I'm not sure. It ain't going to be my son. He works for Google. He's doing something with his life, you know? He's not picking up cigarette butts off Route 28. Looking for something loose. Looking for a loose goose, you know? And not that I do that still, I just, I used to. And it's like, but that's Cape Cod. You know, you could pick up a cigarette loose-goosey around in the corner of the streets, and that's going to be fine. Salvation Army's a great place to get a coat. I just think that you should understand that Memorial Day weekend, come in here and you're playing on a graveyard of our hopes and dreams. You're playing on a graveyard of what used to be one of the greatest places in the country. Truly. The whole country. And now it just ain't. It just ain't. And there's like omens, the bridge work that's coming next year. I don't know if I'll make it. I don't know if I'll make it to that part of my life because of the bridge work that's going to come next year. When the manatee came, that really threw me for a loop. So, that was interesting. Remember when that tornado came and ripped the roof off a couple years back? Shit like that. So when that starts to happen, it might be time to roll up the bridges in general. I'm not sure that we should even... I always propose we should just blow them up. And if you can get here, you have to be able to swim the canal. That's what I say. You have to be able to swim the canal to get here to have a good time. Because what you're playing on here at the beach, those are people's dreams. Just being swept away with every wash ashore of the wave. We're a dying breed. We're a dying breed. People are leaving in troughs. And what's being replaced is the lips and the tits and all these people working for all these and the LLCs coming in. And now not everybody is on vacation year-round. They're on vacation year-round. They're on vacation year-round here now. It's just a vacation year-round. And then what? What? What are the children supposed to do? Where they're supposed to go? Where they're supposed to live? Where they're supposed to live? Tell me where they're supposed to... Explain to me where the children are supposed to grow up and where they're supposed to live. Can anybody here explain to me where you have kids? Where your children gotta live? Exactly. She says she's planning on selling a home. It's her retirement. Kids aren't gonna be able to come back to Cape Cod. Do your research. What was I supposed to talk about? Oh, yes. Hi, my name is Deb. Welcome to the Chelsea Channel.